In a distant land, a wealthy master prepared for a long journey. Before he left, he called 3 of his most trusted servants. To the first, he entrusted a great sum of 5 talents of silver. To the second, he gave 2 talents, and to the third, he gave 1 talent. Each servant received an amount according to his ability. The master then departed, leaving them with a simple instruction: do business with these until I return. The first servant, holding 5 talents, felt the weight of his master's trust. He didn't hesitate. He immediately went to the marketplace, a bustling center of trade and opportunity. He sought out wise merchants, learned the rhythm of commerce, and invested the silver skillfully. He bought and sold goods, took calculated risks, and worked tirelessly. Through his diligence and sharp mind, he doubled his master's money, turning the 5 talents into 10. The second servant, with his 2 talents, was also industrious. He saw what the first servant was doing and felt inspired. He too went to the market, though he chose a different path. He invested in artisans and craftsmen, helping them acquire better tools and materials. Their success became his success. He was careful and prudent, and his efforts paid off. His 2 talents grew, and soon he had 4 talents to show for his hard work. He felt a quiet pride in what he had accomplished. But the third servant, who had received the single talent, was gripped by fear. He looked at the silver coin in his hand, and all he could see was the potential for loss. He worried about the master's wrath if he failed. He thought, my master is a hard man. He reaps where he has not sown. If I lose this, he will be furious, paralyzed by anxiety. He didn't go to the market. He didn't seek advice. Instead, he walked far out into a field, dug a deep hole in the earth, and buried his master's talent, believing it was the safest thing to do. There it lay, hidden and useless. After a very long time, the master returned. The day of reckoning had arrived. He summoned his 3 servants to account for what they had done with his money. The first servant stepped forward, his face beaming with confidence. He presented 10 talents to his master. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 talents. See, I have gained 5 more. The master was overjoyed. Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. Next, the second servant came forward, holding his 4 talents. Master, he said proudly, you gave me 2 talents. Look, I have earned 2 more. The master smiled just as warmly at him. Excellent work, my good and faithful servant. You have proven trustworthy with a small amount, so I will give you much greater responsibility. Come, celebrate with me. Finally, the third servant approached, his head bowed low. He clutched the single, dirt-covered talent in his hand. He began to make excuses, his voice trembling with fear. Master, I knew you were a demanding man, gathering crops you didn't plant and harvesting where you didn't sow seed. I was afraid, so I went and hid your talent in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. The master's expression hardened, his joy turned to disappointment and anger. You wicked, lazy servant, he thundered. If you knew that I was a hard man, why didn't you at least put my money on deposit with the bankers? Then, when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. You didn't even try. The master turned to his guards. Take the talent from him, he commanded, and give it to the one who has 10 talents. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And so, the fearful servant was left with nothing, his opportunity squandered, his potential unrealized. This story isn't just about money. The talents represent our unique gifts, our abilities, our skills, and the opportunities we're given in life. We all have something special, a unique potential planted within us. The question is, what will we do with it? Will we be like the first 2 servants who embraced their gifts, invested their time and energy, and multiplied what they were given? They faced risks, but chose action over inaction. They understood that true growth comes from using what you have, not from hiding it away. Their reward wasn't just more wealth, it was more trust, more responsibility, and a share in their master's joy. They found fulfillment in the process of creating and contributing. Or will we be like the third servant, who allowed fear to control him? He was so afraid of failure that he failed by default. He buried his potential, protecting it so fiercely that it withered and produced nothing. His fear blinded him to opportunity and robbed him of his own capacity for growth. In the end, his caution led to the very outcome he dreaded: loss. Your talents might be in art, in science, in leadership, or in compassion. It could be a skill you've honed for years or a natural ability you've just discovered. It doesn't matter how big or small it seems. What matters is that you use it. Don't bury your gifts in the ground out of fear or doubt. Invest in yourself, take chances, learn, grow, and share what you have with the world. The world needs your unique contribution. Every act of creation, every problem solved, every person helped, is a talent being put to good use. The true measure of our lives is not what we are given, but what we do with what we are given. So, discover your talents, nurture them, and let them shine. Don't let fear hold you back. Step out in faith, work with diligence, and you too will hear those wonderful words: "Well done, good and faithful servant. Thank you for watching." If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires. What's a talent you're working on developing? Let us know in the comments below.